On Tuesday, sections of aggrieved youth stormed Kampala streets to protest against the skyrocketing corruption in Parliament involving some members of Parliament and stewardship of the third arm of government in what was dubbed the Anti-Corruption March to Parliament that was organized on different social media platforms.
We are tired of corruption.
The Anti-Corruption March to Parliament was sparked off by three major corruption scams, namely the misappropriation of over 60 billion shillings meant for compensation of defunct cooperative unions, 1.7 billion shilling service award to the 4 backbench parliamentary commissioners, interference of the budget process by some members of the Budget Committee of Parliament who made it a normal routine to solicit bribes from accounting officers of government to enhance their ministerial budget votes.
Today this country is under panic. They have deployed the army massively because of issues of corruption in this country.
Top on the list of demands by the protesters was the resignation of the Speaker of Parliament and the 4 backbench commissioners who reportedly shared the 1.7 billion shilling service award, among other concerns. In the recent Auditor General's report, several members of Parliament were implicated on corruption, with some charged and sent to Luzira prison despite failed attempts to secure bails. In response to the ongoing planned protests, the Deputy IGG has advised youth to take advantage of many government institutions to resolve their concerns rather than opting for violent protests.
Rather go for the approach of dialogue and coming up with workable solutions rather than scattering the problems all over the streets in the name of demonstrations. We cannot get workable solutions through demonstrations, but instead they may end up, because of the anger, they may end up destroying what is there in the process of demonstration.
Government has several initiatives geared towards fighting corruption, among which includes the anti-corruption dialogues, awareness campaigns, and anti-corruption agencies.
So it is about swinging into action now. But again, we ask ourselves a question: are those institutions properly resourced and facilitated and strengthened to do their work? Because you can have an institution with a mandate to investigate and prosecute cases of corruption, but if there are no resources, then the institution will not do a lot.
However, there are also public concerns about the creation of parallel investigating anti-corruption units under the Office of the President, which act outside the legal framework of those established by the Act of Parliament, like the Office of the Inspector General of Government. Dr. Patricia Achan downplayed the duplication, saying they collaborate with all established investigating units under the Office of the President to detect corruption and hold the corrupt accountable.
Because we have got ability to even do joint inspections, joint investigations. We collaborate. If I know that the State House Anti-Corruption unit is already handling a case, why should I go there? But if I have information relating to that case, then I will give him to support it.
Annually, the Office of the Inspectorate of Government recovers trillions lost to corruption through fake procurement processes and syndicated moves by civil and public servants. However, some of the stolen money has been recovered and returned to the Treasury. Dr. Patricia Achan says the Office of the Inspectorate of Government currently has over 6,000 cases of corruption under investigation and also those awaiting prosecution.
How are we losing it? In both overt and covert corruption. People are absconding from duty, but they're being paid, and corruption is just happening like that.
While in Chankwanzi 2 weeks ago, President Yoweri Museveni echoed the burden of corruption in the country and asked the judiciary to place embezzlement under the category of offences that should not be considered for bail. The Office of the IG is in the process of expediting the Witness Protection Bill 2015 to protect the witnesses who volunteer to report cases and also appear in court. Section 4 of the Leadership Code Act requires every leader to submit a written declaration of his or her income, assets and liabilities once every year. Upon submission of the details, thorough verification is done, and those questioned for breach of the Leadership Code are sent to the Leadership Tribunal. Susan Naonga reporting for ABC TV.